Hi, this is Faiza of Fazel Designs, and thank you for watching my first video ever. Hopefully I'll get this right. Today I'm just showing a quick video of using the FineTec Gold palette with my pointed pen for a little note card project I'm working on. So first I use this dropper to just drop some water directly into the paint pot, and I use my paintbrush to swirl it around. Usually a few drops is enough, and you want to get a runny but concentrated consistency. So there you can see how I'm testing it against the lid to see how runny it is. It's still beating up, so that's too runny. So go back and mix it a bit more till you get more pigment. And that about there is when it's thick enough, when it's not so runny anymore. What I will do then is I just paint it directly onto my nib. This takes some getting used to, especially because I'm not very good with my left hand, so it feels awkward at first, but you get used to it with practice. So I'm still painting that on. You might want to cover the nib completely as if you had dipped it into the pot of ink. And then from there, it's just like using your regular dip pen. I found that the upstrokes were really fine, and I wanted them to be thicker so the gold would be more obvious. And you'll see how I fix that later on. It does feel a bit tedious doing this way, but this is my favorite gold ink, and I've tried a few, including the Winsor Newton gold inks, as well as other just gold inks that I found, even gouache that I have found at my local art store. And the FineTec Gold was by far my favorite, and I love that it came with a few different gold options, and the color is always so pigmented. It looks beautiful on white paper and even more on black paper. So here I'm still going. You can see that the palette dries up while you're writing, so you just have to re-wet it again, and it even dries up on the nib, so you'll see it took me a few tries with the O. I just had to keep going back and adding a bit more water and wetting the nib again, making sure I covered all the vents, and before it's a consistency where it writes again, the ink can flow. I have actually sped up this video to double the time, so I'm not usually this quick when I write, especially when I'm working on a piece that I'm trying not to mess up. Now you can see how I'm going back and I'm going over the upstrokes in the opposite direction, so it's essentially a downstroke, and so you've got to be very careful that you don't put too much pressure on. But I wanted to thicken up the strokes so that you could see them on camera, and for when I take photographs, because in person it was very, very fine, and you could see it in person, but it didn't come up so well on video. So I wanted to make sure I went over the O last because I was so worried about messing that up. And there it is. I hope you found that useful and you'll go try it out yourself. Please comment below to tell me what you thought of this video, and hopefully I'll be back soon with another. Thanks!